Hi, this is Stephanie Boxer-Baum. Thank you so much for meditating with me today. For today's practice, we're going to be doing a beginner's mind mindfulness of breath meditation. I'll be heavily guiding this one. So if that's not for you, I have other meditations where there's much more silence, much more time for you to drop in and be in your own practice. But if you're new to meditation and it's helpful to have the guidance along as you are going, then this practice will be for you. So on that note, coming to a comfortable seat. I'm a big believer of just getting really comfortable. So maybe that's laying down today. Whatever it is that you really need to feel comfortable. Gently closing your eyes or keeping a gentle gaze. And just beginning to take in that first long, deep breath in and a deep exhale out. And just letting the body settle. Maybe this is the first time of your day that you've really been able to take some time for yourself or take some time for stillness. Gently breathing in. Gently breathing out. And this is your reminder that you don't have to do anything else right now. You can let go of whatever you were doing before this and whatever you're going to be doing after. And we're just noticing what's happening right now. Are you able to just be? Be with yourself. Be with the breath. So for this practice, we're really just going to be getting connected with mindfulness of breath. So what does this look like? When we are doing mindfulness of the breath, the idea is that we are allowing this continuity of attention on our breath, which takes a lot of concentration, actually. So we're not trying to stop our thoughts because the thoughts are going to happen. What we're doing is we're cultivating this gentle space, a gentle space where you can come back to the breath anytime you need to. So just for some nuts and bolts of this, what we'll be doing is you're going to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth or your nose, whatever kind of feels comfortable, at a pace that feels good to you. Doesn't have to be quick, doesn't have to be super slow. Just gently breathing in and gently breathing out. And what we want to do is turn our attention to the breath going in the nostrils and out the nostrils. Now, if that does not work for you, you can also place a hand on the belly, because as you know, when we breathe, right, our lungs kind of go in and out, which kind of creates this up and down motion with the chest. So you can place a hand on the chest or the stomach, whatever feels comfortable, and just directing the mind's attention to the breath going in, the breath going out. And then the question becomes, what does our mind do? Are we thinking about our day? Are we thinking about what we're doing after? And that's okay. We don't need to judge our thoughts. However, what we can do is just start again and come back to the breath. So one way of thinking of it is it's like the clouds. So a thought can come in, and like a cloud, you can let it pass by. You don't have to dive into the story. You don't have to dive into whatever is coming up. In this practice, we're just allowing ourselves to have continuity of attention. And maybe your attention today is scattered, and that's okay. When we can let ourselves just be and notice and be gentle with ourselves, that's how this practice really starts to add some shifts in our daily life. The idea being, if you can be gentle with yourself now, when your mind wanders off and you have to come back to the breath, then in daily life, we can kind of remember this moment of where you didn't have to be hard on yourself. You could just come back to the breath. So staying here, staying present, staying with yourself, continuing to breathe in and breathe out. And we'll stay right here for this next 2 minutes. There's no specific end game you have to have. All we're doing is watching our breath go in, watching our breath go out. And when thoughts come, we simply come back and start again. Without judgment, without pressure. We just can notice it. Notice that our mind may be a little riled up today. So for the next 2 minutes, focusing in on the breath inhale and on the breath exhale. And one other practice to consider is you could do breathing for a 4 count in and a 4 count out. And that sometimes gives the mind a little bit of something to do. So what that looks like is breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling out 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's say 4 counts doesn't do it for you. You could do 6, you could do 8. It's really just whatever it is you're feeling today. So I'll watch our time here for these next 2 minutes. And let's just experiment with how this goes. On this next gentle inhale, and then another exhale, Just lightly checking in to see how that was going. Did you feel like you needed more guidance? Did it seem like a really long time for 2 minutes, or did it seem like you could keep going? This is what we're cultivating in this practice, this sort of gentle check-in of how's it all going. Maybe today it was a little tougher to connect with the breath, but you did it. You hung in there, you tried, and that's really what matters, because over time, as maybe even strange as it all feels, like why do I need to just check in with my breath, breathing in and out, it begins to allow more space, less reactivity, this ability to just kind of go, wait a minute, let me just breathe for a minute. I like to think of mindfulness and meditation as kind of your compassionate friend, a space you can come back to even in a very highly reactive moment. So let's try that again. I'll watch our time here for another 2 minutes, and we're just going to simply breathe in, exhale out. When the mind has thoughts, it's okay. You simply bring it back. And this time around, let's notice if there's any judgment. There's no way to perfectly meditate. We want to come to this space exactly as we are. So just allowing to notice what's happening. There doesn't need to be an outcome. We are simply breathing in, breathing out, and you begin to sense into what that feels like. I've got my mind kind of on my breath, breathing in, breathing out, right? So we just want to try that. So I'll watch our time again, just for 2 minutes. You can do it. And we'll start now. Taking that deep breath in and another gentle exhale out. What did you notice? This can be something you may want to write about in a journal after you're finished. Maybe something you want to just take a few minutes after the practice to just kind of notice, how was that? What did it feel like? What was the experience of just allowing yourself to settle and follow the breath for a few minutes? So beginning to kind of sense into your surroundings, wiggling your fingers and toes. And thanking yourself for this practice. Taking the time to get still in a world that's always so quick moving sometimes. And as I always like to say and share a reminder, you are always enough as is. Thank you so much for meditating with me today, and I hope to meditate again with you soon.